Listen up, Rangers. Welcome to the Geek Chest. My name's Steve.
My name's Arnes.
And guess what we're going over today? Because we had a few requests for this. And because G-Fest just happened, and this has nothing to tie into it, we decided to do it.
Dragon Wars?
You know, it played there. I didn't go watch it. I'm not watching that movie again. We're never reviewing Dragon Wars. That's the one thing. I'll do Age of Extinction. I'm not doing Dragon Wars. But yeah, so today we're going to go over the first Transformer movie, the live action one anyways. Can we do the original animated one? That one's actually really good.
Yeah, we can do those.
I have that one, actually. That one's pretty solid. But yeah, so we're going to do the first Transformer movie, directed by Michael Bay. Woohoo.
So that's where it starts.
I think this came out in 2007?
God, they pumped out that many movies in this little time?
10 years, 5 movies. Oh. But yeah, if you guys haven't seen it, pretty much...
It's okay. You don't have to. Thanks for watching, you guys. Have a nice day.
I want to say it sounds like a standard Transformers cartoon plot, for the most part. Which is kind of why I like the first one. Because it's essentially way back when Megatron gets... while hunting down the Allspark, gets frozen on Earth. Like Crash Lands gets frozen. And then we find out about it, so you know about Transformers for a little bit. But anyways, the beginning of the movie starts off with Blackout attacking a military base. Trying to get information on the location of Megatron. Megatron? Because there's that whole, like, where Blackout's, like, yelling at Sam Witwicky. Just like, are you... from eBay? I forget what it was. It's like Ladies Man something something. But yeah, so Blackout attacks the base, going to that, and then Bumblebee ends up getting with Sam Witwicky because he ties like everything in together because his father was his distant relative was the one that found the location of Megatron, so like everything kind of ties into him.
And it got engraved in his glasses.
Woo! And that's pretty much everybody trying to keep Sam safe while also trying to find where the Allspark is and keeping it away from Megatron.
See, my issue with this movie is this is Bumblebee featuring Optimus Prime and the rest of the gang. It's not Transformers.
Well, yeah. Well, really, it's Sam Witwicky. It's Shia LaBeouf featuring the Transformers.
No, Shia LaBeouf featuring Bumblebee and the rest of the gang.
Well, it kind of reminds me a lot of, like, you know, like the original Transformers, or the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movie, where it's like you follow around a main human character and the other people are just kind of in there sporadically. But at least this one, like, there's a lot of action that goes on with Transformers, at least. Like, not, like, Optimus Prime per se, or even Bumblebee the entire time, but at least, like, throughout the movie, you get, like, the beginning with Blackout, and then you have the Scorponok's fight in the desert.
See, he remembers all the fights and everything. All I remember is just Megan Fox's legs, with the shot of her coming out of that car.
Yeah, because that's, like, her first movie, isn't it? Well, was that her first movie, or wasn't it, like, a Bad Boys?
No, she had a lot of movies. She had, like, Jennifer's Body.
No, that came out after Transformers.
Really?
Yeah. No, like, Transformers made her famous.
Oh, no. Her bending over that car made her famous.
Well, that's a big reason. But yes, because it wasn't her acting in that movie.
No. It was the director directing it.
Michael Bay was the star of that one. But yeah. But for the plot, like, I actually like it. Like, it reminds me a lot of, like, the old, like, 80s cartoon plots. Where it's just like, oh, like, we have the big bad guy and we gotta keep him away from this. And for the most part, like, I thought it was done pretty well.
I like the plot, but, like, everything else, like, I don't like the characters. I don't like the... Well, I don't know. It's Shia LaBeouf. Makes him kind of cool, I guess.
Like, for this movie, I actually enjoyed him in this one a lot. Because there's, like, this one, and then, Silent Suspense movie. Why can't I think of the name of it right now? I'll come back. It'll probably pop in my head randomly. Hopefully. But I thought it was actually structured pretty well. The only thing is, like, the finale seems a little, like, rush. Because, like, the entire build-up of this movie is essentially Optimus Prime and Megatron having, like, that final duke-out for the Allspark. And again, it kind of falls into the same... Like, this happened before Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, but since we reviewed that already, I'm going to come back to that one a lot. Where it's not like the Transformers stopping Megatron, it's the humans stopping Megatron in the end. With him like shoving the Allspark into him.
That's why I said I don't like these kind of movies. Like, it should have been, somebody. God, at least it wasn't Bumblebee.
Well, yeah. Because like before these movies, Bumblebee wasn't even that cool of a character. Like kids liked him, but like in terms of just like cool factor, like you always went with like Jazz or Optimus Prime,
and
Ironhide.
And this movie made him the greatest ninja of all time. This guy's like doing flips, kicking, shooting in the middle of the air while kicking things. Like,
well, thankfully he wasn't a Volkswagen Bug anymore. That could have been a thing. Which I hear they're trying to get, like, in the new movie, like, when he has a solo, he might be a Volkswagen. I don't think it would be that bad now. But, yeah, plot-wise, I enjoy it. Character-wise, that's the more hit-and-miss part. Like, Megan Fox is really nice to look at, but acting-wise, not so much.
Steve, you are that guy who got the Android 18 and was complaining about her paint job. So that's what you're complaining about right now.
I like the way Android 18 looks, but it's all substance.
So is Megan Fox. She's just eye candy for you to look at.
Well, yeah, I still appreciate her in the movie. It's just acting-wise. Like, to be honest, like, outside of her looks, like there's no scene that's memorable with her in it. Outside of the one bending over the car. That's because just, how you doing?
Oh, there's a part when she was stepping out the car and the long leg just comes out, steps out. I was like, yeah.
No, still just bending over the car. Like, it's not even her talking. It's just her.
She was talking.
So, like, she
in
had
that
this.
Whoa! Flash news to me. I didn't know this. Every time she popped up on the screen, I was like,
well, yeah. There's that part where they fight. What's his face? Frenzy. Because there's a few times where they like have a conflict with Frenzy.
I still have no idea she was talking at all.
Well, yeah, like Shia LaBeouf's character, same with Wiki. I actually liked. Like I'm one of the people like he didn't annoy me.
No.
Like I actually thought it was pretty funny in the first 3 movies. Like to be honest, like I almost liked him better than Mark Wahlberg.
I do.
It's tough, but like.
I like Marky Mark as a character, but not in Transformers.
It was like I think a lot of that just had to do with that movie.
Oh.
Then the agent guy was actually he's probably my favorite one. The first one.
Poor guy loses his job because of wait.
He also gets peed on by Bumblebee.
Gotta mark your territory
That
somehow,
happens in this
man.
one. Yeah, then you had like the soldiers, which were okay, which they were fine. I didn't really care for his parents though. I think his parents are probably the ones that kind of grate me the most.
They were hit and miss. They had few funny moments, but nothing like I like how his dad was stingy, but that's about it.
Well, yeah, well, it's just like he played the same character he played in Small Soldiers. Because he was the dad in Small Soldiers too.
Well, maybe that's why they gave it to him,
Probably. He was also the officer in Godzilla, the '98 one. He was in a lot of '90s movies.
Yeah, he was. Holy crap! I completely forgot about that.
Yeah, I liked him in that one. I thought he was fine. But yeah, like it's just like I think the one thing that's my problem and kind of the problem with all the Transformers movies is there's serious moments, but there's so many jokes thrown out throughout the movie. Like everybody's trying to be funny in this.
When they shouldn't be. It should just be like the one character.
Like the tone shifts throughout this movie a lot. Which is odd. Like it almost feels like something that should have came out in the 90s.
Speaking of 90s.
Like it reminds me a lot more like Independence Day where there's like the jokes, but like the jokes like tied in with the seriousness and it makes sense. This there's like slapstick into like I'm supposed to care for these people.
I bought a bunch of games for when I set up my stuff, so we start recording games again. I bought like 4 Arnold games yesterday. I got like the Last Action Hero for Sega Genesis. I got like the Terminator 3 for the original Xbox. I got Terminator 1 versus RoboCop. I got some good games we gotta get to play, man.
Yeah, and I was gonna be doing some games. Like I'll probably be taking over editing on these ones. That's probably what's gonna happen.
Oh, I can't believe I found Terminator versus RoboCop.
Man, I remember playing that game when I was younger. That game's frustrating.
I know.
I'm not sure how it would be nowadays since like I got way more experience. But yeah, getting back, special effects, amazing. Like special effects are really good in
For
this
like
movie.
the year that thing came out, I remember when it came out, it was so visually amazing.
Yeah, like there's people that complain about like the close-ups and it's hard to like distinguish the Transformers apart. I personally like I didn't have that problem. But then again, it's maybe just because like growing up with Transformers, you're just kind of used to this, like
You
stuff
know
like
who's
that.
who.
Like you generally get a sense in like colorings you pick up. Granted, it maybe would have been nice to maybe like the Transformers actually have been more, I guess, distinguishable between factions. Because it's pretty much everybody's like dark gray is Decepticons, and everybody that's like brightly colored is Autobots.
So that's a nice way to look at it, I guess.
Yeah. But for me, like I always thought like the action was really cool in that one at least. Especially towards the final fight. I just maybe wish they maybe did more with the Megatron Optimus fight because that seemed kind of rushed.
As well as like 4 or 5 minute long.
Well, it was long, but like them actually fighting, it's like a couple of things happen, cut the Shia LaBeouf. Couple of things happen, Shia LaBeouf. Then Optimus just kind of go around and Megatron's chasing him. But it definitely like still like with the Megatron scenes help add some tension to the movie, which is nice. But yeah, like I thought, like I like the design of the Transformers in this one. Like everybody looks like distinguishable and cool.
And yet again, Bumblebee is the one that stands out the most.
Yeah, well I think when Optimus shows up, like he definitely has like a grand entrance.
Oh, I do like that when he's like driving down the highway and just whoosh, transforms. That was super cool. I remember that scene.
Well, there's that part where like he like where all of them ride up and they just come in the alley.
Yeah.
And they're just like, why is there a semi here? Drop, 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 drop. They're just like, yes. But yeah, that's kind of like why I buy the movie figures. Like, I think the designs for all the Transformers are really cool. And they actually had quite a bit in the first one. Because you have what? You got Optimus, Bumblebee, Ratchet, Jazz, Ironhide, Lungin, Barricade, Blackout, Frenzy, Megatron. It was sad that Jazz didn't get to really do anything and he died. Even though in the second movie they tell you he probably could have been fixed. So
We could have fixed him, but
we'll get to the second movie. I actually have to rewatch that one because I don't. There's certain things I don't remember because that one's a little bit of a hot mess.
gosh, do we have to?
I don't know. I still like the second one. It's just not as good. Overall for the movies, I actually really like the first one. I wouldn't say it's my favorite in the series.
Mine is for
It's
sure.
pretty close though. Like they're both about as good.
My first one's probably my favorite for sure.
For
Just
me,
'cause
it probably has the most. It has like probably the most cohesive plot. There's stuff I like better in another one.
for me, it's more of a, like introduction to the characters and the wow factor because this is the first time you actually get to see them.
Yeah. I just feel like a certain other movie does the visuals a little better, visuals and fights, and I personally like the villain a little more.
You don't like Megatron?
I do like Megatron. He's still in it. It's just like there was a cooler villain. Like
Frieza and Cooler were in it? Damn, I
Yeah.
did miss a lot.
No, I'm not talking about Age of Extinction. But yeah, if you haven't seen the original Transformers, I'd recommend it. It's definitely an enjoyable movie. It's very action-packed. But if you're going for something like Academy Award winning, or even something like, I don't know, in that ballpark, this isn't for you. This is just like popcorn goodness at its best. But what you guys think of the Transformers movie? Please let us know in the comment section below. And help us to beat those kaijus by hitting that like button, subscribe, become a ranger today, and see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.